Welcome to Rebel Wolf Healing. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm going to do a collective reading. This is all signs, and I'm going to do a reading on the new moon in Virgo. Now, the new moon in Virgo is all about setting intentions and realigning with your integrity, following your unique path, and really embracing true, deep self acceptance. So again, thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. I truly appreciate you. Let's get into this new moon in Virgo. Spirit, what is the energy around the intentions for the collective? What's the energy around the intentions for the collective? Wow. You have surrender. Fall into my arms. It's accepting the extremes of life. um, Beautiful energy. I'm really feeling like if your life is in turmoil right now, or you feel like I'm not in alignment, it's about surrendering to divine source and accepting where you are at right now, regardless of where it is. That's beautiful energy to be in. It's like the eye of the storm energy, that you have major chaos and confusion around you, but your soul of soul, you're surrendering to divine source. Maybe this is a part of your path. A lot of people like to think that pain is not the path, but pain is the path for your catalyst for your growth. Sometimes you have to be in really uncomfortable situations in order to have major growth. Spirit, what is the energy around the integrity for the collective? Huh. Breathe the will of the cosmos. Absolutely beautiful. This is all about connecting with the universe, my will to thy will. It's really connecting with divine source, and it's like, divine source, right now my life is chaotic and it's crazy, but obviously I'm here for a reason, right? I'm meant to learn a lesson here, and this is beautiful. It's accepting what you're going through right now and surrendering. Absolutely beautiful energy. Spirit, what is the unique path for the collective? What is the unique path? Forge, don't follow. Collective, your path is to pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. This is your unique path, as being your true, authentic self. It might not look like everyone else's path. And I'm really feeling the energy of, if everyone else's path was they went to college, they got the career, they have the children, they have the wife, maybe that's not your path. And it's time to stop beating yourself up for not walking that path, because your path wasn't that. Maybe your path was to have children before you figured out your life. That's one thing I struggle with. I wish I would have figured out life before I had children, but having children made me figure, it's accepting, it's being in that surrender, and it's understanding my will to thy will. Like divine source, maybe I had children before I figured it out, because my children were helping me towards my true authentic self. Maybe I needed that. Spirit, what is the energy around self acceptance for the collective? What is the energy? Wow. Share your song. This is all about you deep diving into yourself. This is the whale and orca. Um, your self acceptance is sharing your story and diving deep. And I'm really feeling this energy of sharing your story. And your story might be really ugly. You might have been in jail. You might have battled addiction. You might have been in really toxic relationships. You might have been abused as a child. Your self acceptance is saying, you know what? I didn't get the greatest outcome in my life. I grew up in the ghetto. Um, my mom wasn't with me. Dad was never there. And it's about sharing your story. And I really feel yourself, as you accept yourself, you show other people who have been through a really hard road how to accept themselves. Um, Not a lot of us had it easy. Like, and I'm really feeling by you diving deep and sharing your story. And if your story is ugly, you can still share it. Like, you can share that ugly parts that you've been through, that trauma, that pain. It's time to share because you're going to help someone who is going through it right now, that is thinking like, why wasn't I raised with rich parents and parents who took care of me? That's not what this world is about. We all have a soul contract. We have a lesson to learn. Some of us are raised in major poverty, and we were supposed to walk through that poverty and walk through those generational curses so we can help the next person who is faced with that poverty, generational curses, and how did they overcome it? Absolutely beautiful. Spirit, what is the energy around new beginnings for the collective? What is the energy around new beginnings? Man, you have your ancestors. This is all about lost wisdom. Your ancestors are guiding and protecting you. They're showing you how to look deeper within. Powerful energy. Um, if you only knew, if you're alone and you have no family, no friends, and you take that time to do meditation and prayer, I'm letting you know from personal that you would see all your ancestors, all your angels, divine source. Like, I mean, they're backing you up. If you feel alone, I went into hermit mode heavy for 3 years by myself, alone. And then I saw all my ancestors. I saw my angels. I saw divine source. Well, divine source never shows himself. You feel him. You feel God. And I say male energy because that is the energy that I need for healing. For you, it could be female energy. Whatever the case may be, it's your new beginnings are understanding that you are not alone in this world. You might feel alone, you might be alone, but you truly are not alone. You truly are not alone. Now, in the overall intentions, it's fall into my arms. This is surrendering. This is accepting the extremes of life. Um, Understand that your hardships were for your greatness. It wasn't to lower you. Your pain is going to be the catalyst for your growth. This is all about surrendering. Spirit, can we please clarify this surrender energy? Wow. We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is one of my favorite cards. It reminds me of, it's where you're doing that, you're making those plans for what do I want, like travel. It's right before your inspired action. It's right before you do. You're like, okay, this is how I see my life. I'm looking out the window and this is what I want for my life. Whether you want a home, you want family. For me, it's like I want a camper van. I want to be able to explore. I want to learn how to homestead. I want to learn, it's that looking out the window. And there's a Kevin Gates song that it's him looking out the window and dreaming about what he wishes that he had. And that's the energy. Your intentions are you're finally learning how to surrender. You're dreaming that wish that you want for your life, whatever that may be. Spirit, can we please clarify this intentions for the collective? Please clarify these intentions for the collective. Thank you, Spirit. Please clarify. Man, followed by the Three of Wands. Now you're taking inspired action. Now you're doing, now you're moving. This is progress. This is movement. This is like, you know what? I'm no longer in what I want phase. I'm in doing phase. Your intentions is to surrender. Have that dream. I'm feeling this energy of making your vision board and then actually pursuing your vision. So if your vision is simply, you know what, I want peace and harmony in my life, you are doing those steps. My vision is I would like stability. I would like a home. But if I can't have a home that's like just one place, give me a camper van. I can still stay with my children. I can still venture out on my adventures and do my soul's purpose, but I can still stay grounded even though it's moving. Um, I like the progression. Your intentions is you're surrendering, you're dreaming, and then you're believing, and then you're activating. You're activating. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, your integrity, beautiful energy. Your integrity lies in the breath of the cosmos. This is where you're accepting my will to thy will. You're calling out to divine source, and you're like, I know what I want, divine. I'm going to let you know what I want. But maybe you have a much bigger vision than I do. It's just like me. I want certain things, but divine source has a much bigger vision than I have. So let's clarify. Spirit, can we clarify this integrity? Come on. The Hierophant for me is the God card. To a lot of people, this means institutions and marriage. But the Hierophant for me, when I read it, it's enlightenment. It's walking the path that God wants you to walk. It's about walking your true, authentic path. And then we have the World card. Your integrity is all about closing out chapters that no longer serve you, um, by you really having that success and closing things out. I'm really feeling you're learning how to surrender to divine source. Not only do you have surrender, you have my will to thy will, and then you have God. And because of God, success, completion, and accomplishment. You can look at that window and dream all the dreams that you want. But sometimes, God, your dreams are far small to divine source. They're smaller than what he envisions. He envisions bigger for you. And this is you taking that inspired action. And it's like this path of major enlightenment for you. Now, this is pretty heavy. Your unique path forward is forge. Don't follow. Do not follow the crowd. And I'm really feeling this energy of maybe people have went to school, had a good career, had children, had the wife. Don't Your path might be different. You might have had your children before you even figured out yourself. The one thing I always say to my oldest son is like, I'm so sorry you experienced the unhealed version of me. But him experiencing the unhealed version of me helps his growth because he's like, all right, I saw my mom go through so much shit. I helped him and he helped me. And that was the path. The path wasn't to have that normal life of, oh, college, career, and children and wife. Your life was very different, and that's okay. Spirit, can we please clarify this unique path for, yeah, your unique path? Nine of Cups, inner peace and contentment. And the thing I love so much about the Nine of Cups, inner peace and contentment, that sometimes the cards that are around the Nine of Cups are not, there's disruption, there's a lot of chaos, but inside you're good. I think the greatest gift you can give, and I don't know why I'm feeling this energy of children, but I'm feeling heavy energy of children. Um, them watching you make your own path, them watching you being content when things aren't exactly the path forward. Be like, my mom did it kind of crooked. She figured out life later on. That's a lesson to show them. There's nothing wrong with that. You having inner peace and contentment through chaos, through surrender, that teaches them a lesson that having it all together doesn't teach them because it's not real. This world is so different. Your unique path is to follow your own path. Spirit, can we please clarify this unique path for the collective. Please clarify this unique path. Come on, guys. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is you building wealth, self-sufficiency, abundance, and luxury on your own. Your unique path forward, collective, is because you didn't follow the crowd. You might have went sideways. You might have had a really rough middle age might have been rough, but you found inner peace and contentment. You found stability and security that you created. Your unique path is to accept that no, you didn't get granted the gifts that everyone else did, of following that path, school, college, um, marriage, children. You didn't get that path, but that doesn't mean you don't get inner peace and contentment. That doesn't mean you get stability, wealth, and prosperity. This path was for you for a reason. It was for your strength. Um, I'm really feeling this energy that you learned how to surrender. You had your visions, and then you made the proactive choice. You trusted in divine source. And because you trusted in God, in divine source, completion, accomplishment, success. And it might not have been the normal route, and that's okay. Now, in terms of your self acceptance, and I feel this energy, it's all about sharing your song. I think I'm really feeling this energy. Your self acceptance is sharing your story. And it's sharing your story not from a point of, I feel this energy heavy. You didn't share your story. Don't share a story that belongs to other people. My story was different. My story was addiction, codependencies, bad relationships, children in the mix. My healing didn't come till after my children. Do you understand? I wasn't a whole healed person until I gave birth to my children. And they were the catalyst, do you want to continue on like this? My story is not the normal story, and I'm really feeling the energy as neither is yours, collective. Your story is not the ABCDE life. You probably went GFZBA in life, all over the place, but it was divinely guided that way. So it's time for you to share your story. And your self acceptance is sharing your story, no matter how messy. Messy. Who cares? I don't know why I'm whispering. Your story might have been hella messy, man. You might have been through so much that you are so fearful to share your story, but accepting who you truly are, even in the darkness, will bring it to the light. Spirit, can we please clarify this self-acceptance for my collective? Yeah. Death and rebirth. Come on. The phoenix rising. Your self-acceptance is shedding the old and welcoming the new. Maybe your story in the beginning was freaking horrible. Addiction, codependencies, toxic relationships. But you're shedding old skin and you're being born again. It is safe for you to share your story, as broken as it is the energy. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Your self-acceptance, I'm getting emotional, is accepting that you've lived in poverty. You've lived in lack for a long time. Share that pain, share that lack, share that poverty. I don't think anybody understands the feeling. That's why sharing your story, if you've ever been homeless or never had sanctuary and security, and you still had the phoenix rising, you rose above, do you understand how much that you need to share to others? You know how painful it is to look at yourself and not have nothing, no money, no food, no shelter, and you question your own freaking worth? But God was with you. Divine source was with you and granted you a rebirth, but you need to share that story. You have a gift to give other people. Um, Feeling strong energy. You have to help other people out of the situation that you are in. If you are in a really gnarly situation, the greatest gift you can give in your lifetime is to show people how to come out of that gnarly situation. Um, it's about you following your path, granting yourself inner peace, contentment, building your stability and wealth and security, closing out karmic chapters, really surrendering and connecting with divine source. Because the energy I'm feeling collective is you've been without for so long that you need to share your story of how you made it out. Because you're out. You're out. You have so much prosperity, so much peace. And it would be wrong not for you to share how you've been through this. You followed your own path, and it might not have been the straight A to Z. No, it wasn't. But because of your path, you have a gift to share. Is really your gift is your self acceptance, is sharing your story, going through the rebirth and transformation, and overcoming poverty, wealth, and lack. Powerful reading collective. Now, the new beginnings, come on. Your new beginnings are your ancestors, hidden secrets, wisdom that you have obtained by going through the steps and following a path that might not have been like the normal path. Spirit, can we please clarify this new beginnings for the collective? Please clarify this new beginnings for the collective. Please clarify. Please clarify this new beginnings for the collective. Come on, man. 5 of Wands, 8 of Swords, collective. You've overcome competition and conflict. You've overcome feeling bound and being in this self-imposed prison. Your new beginnings is because you're unlocking your gifts. You're unlocking the wisdom. I really feel this. Your new beginnings is because you're thanking your struggles. You're thanking the competition. You're thanking being in a self-imposed prison. Your new beginnings is because we have the high priestess. You see so clearly. You're connected with divine source. The high priestess is all about having the secrets between the physical and the spiritual world. And I'm really feeling this energy. Your new beginnings are because you overcame major conflict and struggle. Major. You overcame feeling trapped and bound. You know how much work this takes? And because you're tapping in to divine source and you're really acknowledging you have your power of intuition. You have that inner voice that leads you the way. Um, in the center of your spread, the thing I feel the most is you forging your own path. You didn't follow the crowd. And because you didn't follow the crowd, you were the leader of your own inner peace and contentment. You were the leader into granting yourself wealth, abundance, and prosperity. Um, this overall reading, I'm feeling in heavy energy that you felt alone for a really long time, but you surrendered to divine source. You really looked out the window and envisioned a life that you wanted, and then you went out and did it, regardless of if it looked like the social norm. Maybe your beginning life was not that great, but who cares? Um, you really tapped into divine source, and divine source granted you completion and accomplishment. You closed out chapters and you built this self-sufficiency and self-worth. It's time for you to share your song with others. You went through a major rebirth and transformation. You overcame poverty and lack. Um, your new beginnings is because you're connecting with your ancestors. Anything hidden is being brought to the light. It's by you overcoming so much conflict, you overcoming feeling trapped and bound, and by you tapping into this high priestess energy, intuition. It's like the all knowing energy. Um, I'm feeling a deep connection with divine source, like a deep connection that if you have days that you're like, I don't know how I'm going to continue forward, and then you get those downloads that say, no, this is where you're meant to be. The conflict is for a reason. You're growing stronger. I'm going to grant you everything that you've ever wished for. Just continue looking out that window and thinking about the life you have, even though you don't have it. You were meant to go a different path. Spirit, can we get an oracle? Spirit, can we get an oracle? And this is like an affirmation oracle, the calm. I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time, and I focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts. All fears dissipate, and I find peace in my being. Beautiful. I want to get one more oracle. Spirit, what other message for the collective do we have right now? And this is the Heavenly Bodies Astrology. I really like this deck. Spirit, one more message for the collective. We have Pisces energy. And again, you pulled the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is Pisces. This is all about intimacy, intuition, and compassion. And I'm going to read it from the book. Just give me a second. Let your body fade into the atmosphere. For a moment, forget your name and forget your identity. Connect with your boundless soul. In the ancient places of oneness, can you find forgiveness for yourself and all earthly life? Like you could a child. Try to live each day seeing the physical world as a sacred illusion, and see all human beings as spiritual creatures having a human experience. Forgive yourself and others. It's your path to freedom. Carry this softness with you while remembering you can invite someone into your heart without letting them into your house. I'm going to repeat that other one because that's really important. Carrying softness with you while remembering you can invite someone into your heart without letting them into your house. This is all about having those boundaries by still coming from a heart space, but understanding you're in my heart, but you're not. The house is your physical world. You will never let someone affect you with their negativity. And this is absolutely beautiful. Collective, overall, really surrender. Look out that window and envision a brand new life, and then go out and do that inspired action. Understand that divine source has your back. My will to thy will. Closing out chapters that no longer serve you. Your path was never to be like the path of others. You are leading down a road of inner peace and contentment, building wealth, abundance, and prosperity. Collective, please share your song of your rebirth and renewal. You've made it through major poverty and lack. You need to share your story of how you overcame this. Understand that your ancestors are with you. They are unlocking wisdom for you. You overcame conflict, struggle, competition. You've overcame a self-imposed prison, and you overcame it because you tapped into your high priestess. You connected with divine source. You connected with your intuition. You're practicing compassion, love, and empathy. Again, collective, it's time for you really to go to your heart center. Absolutely beautiful reading, and I truly appreciate you for joining. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that you are loved and you have always been enough.